Hi everyone, it's Nicki here. Welcome back to my channel, and it's time again to give you a bit more of a writing update. I haven't done one for a couple of months, so I thought it was time to let you know how things are going. For those new here, I should say I am an author and a freelance editor, and here on my channel I talk about all sorts of things to do with writing, editing, reading and all the other things I love. Today, as I said, it's a writing update, so let me just tell you a bit about what I'm working on. The start of the year was pretty busy with releases. I had 4 releases out in March. 2 were stories in anthologies, one was a standalone novella and the other was a standalone short novel. So that's been great fun, although it kept me really busy because obviously with 4 releases in the space of about 4 weeks I was pretty flat out with all the promoting and things like that. So it's only just recently I've seriously gotten back into some writing again. So what am I working on? Well, I have a paranormal story with a bit of a murder mystery twist going on in it that I'm hoping to finish the first draft. I'm pretty much there with the first draft. I'm just finishing it off. I'm filming this about 5 days ahead of when I'll actually post it, so by the time it actually goes live I should be done with the third draft. I'm actually reading it to my husband at the moment as well because I want his opinion on one of the characters. I just want to make sure that the guy comes across okay to readers. I mean, I love him, but I need to make sure he's not going to upset readers too much. I can't tell you why because that would be huge spoilers, but I'm just getting his opinion, so hopefully we'll finish reading it in the next week or so. And at that point I am going to put it aside for probably about 2 weeks. I want to draft a short story for a Christmas anthology call that I need to get done soon if I'm going to put one in. And that will just give this other story time to, you know, ferment and do whatever it needs to do before I come back for the next draft. And the next draft will be the 4th draft. I'm hoping it's actually going to be the last of the really heavy edits on the story. I think I'm pretty much there now. Plot-wise, I've pretty much dealt with everything. I'm happy with how the plot's looking. Mostly happy with how the characters are looking. This last major draft is really just going to be about getting in a bit more description for the characters and particularly for the world building, because I have masses of information about the world in my head and there are a few aspects of that that I think the reader needs to know for definite that I need to work into the story in a suitable way so it's not info dumpings. So as I go through this second time I'm going to have these notes of these bits of information I need to include, and I'll just see where they will naturally slot in, that it'll feel right to have them included at that point in the story. In the meantime, I am also researching for my next piece, which is going to be again. It's also going to be paranormal again, but this one, instead of contemporary, is going to be in an historical setting. So at the moment I'm researching anatomy in the 18th century, the Gordon riots of 1780, and vampire myths in the late 18th century. So that's just to whet your appetite a bit. I won't tell you any more yet. I've got the basic idea in my head of the plot, but there's still a few details that I'm just thinking through. I mean, I'm not a plotter, as you'll know. I don't write chapter by chapter analysis of how the story's going to go, but I like to have a vague idea of the plot in my head, a sort of essential beginning, essential middle and essential end, and then I fill in the blanks between that as I write. So my aim is to finish this murder mystery-ish novel hopefully by about June, July, so that I'm submitting it towards the end of July, hopefully. I think I'm on track for that. I don't want to rush this final lot of major edits. I want to take my time, make sure I've definitely got everything in that I need to have in and that everything's flowing nicely. But I think, you know, if I start that mid to late May, hopefully I can finish that mid to late June, and then it will just need a final proofread late June, early July before I send it off, so plus writing the synopsis and things. So I think I'm on track for about July, August at the latest. And once I've got that pretty much finished, that final big lot of edits, plus this short story for the anthology call, then I'm going to get writing on this one I'm researching, because I should have enough notes and I should have had enough time to think things through and get everything straight in my head by then. I have character names already, but I need to write their profiles and a few bits like that. Otherwise, I have 3 more stories that are already contracted that will be coming out in the next few months. So I have a Norse mythology based short story, not LGBT, just a straight one, that is coming out in an anthology which I believe is June. I'm not 100% on the date yet, but I think I'm getting the edit shortly, so I'll have more news on that then. In July at the moment, again I've got to double check the dates are still valid, but again we're starting work on edits now, is my short story collection Beastly Businessman and Guitar Gods, which came out before, about 2 years ago, from Wayward Ink Publishing, but that publisher closed and Nine Star Press are now re-releasing it. So I haven't made any really major changes, so if you've already read it, it's going to be pretty similar to how it was before, but we are obviously doing new rounds of edits and things on it. So that is potentially mid-July. And then in mid-August is my big release from Dreamspinner Press, my superhero story, which I'm really excited about. I can't wait to share it with you all, and I will have, I'm sure, a bit more to share on that next time. So I think that's all from me on my writing update. I will be back again, as I said, in a couple of months probably with another update when I'll be able to tell you a bit more about these 3 releases that are coming. Plus we'll see how I'm doing with my works in progress. I'll see you all then. Bye for now, everyone.